So this weekend I will be babysitting. My wife hates when I say that, but watching all four of my children. My youngest, Benjamin, he'll be 2 next month, and Isabel's my oldest, 7. So you can imagine I've got my hands full for the next couple days. Anyway, Ben and I are outside, we're playing, and he's got this new phrase that he uses. He goes, undot, undot. He whines and points at things and says, undot, undot. And basically he's saying, I want that. Now this is interesting because he has just made a gigantic evolutionary jump in his development, in his psychological development, because prior to this point there was no that, right? This is just the way human beings evolve. Prior to his understanding or recognizing, which is a better way of describing it, the concept of duality, everything was one to him. How he was fed, where he came from, and all the things in his environment had a oneness to it, right? But now he's experimenting with and using the tool of duality. And in that, there is a separation between him and the external environment, which creates tension, right? Because there's a wanting now. There's me, there's that, and then there's separation between me and that, and now I have wanting, which creates anxiety. That's why he whines when he says, undot, undot, he whines, right? So this is a very critical junction for us as parents, because if we don't continue to allow him to feel rooted in his body, essentially him getting all of his needs met, he's going to remove or displace the frame of reference from his body, from himself, and place it on the external. So there's going to be a shift from having all my needs met, i.e. my mom is still nursing me, I'm still getting love, and that's really the essence of it. It's the nursing that his mother is still providing him with, because he's still getting psychological and nutritional nourishing from his root, from the ground, essentially, from which he sprung from, right? And if we sever that tie too early, there's going to be a displacement from his understanding that needs shall be met and should be met to I want that, to external frame of reference. I want that. It's no longer me getting my needs met. It's I need to fulfill this anxiety by placing my interest and my energy on obtaining that which is separate from me. And then that lands you into a place where most of us are. Most of us are in that place where we are constantly looking to fulfill this perceived need by really just going after our wants, right? Because needs weren't met, right? For the majority of us living in Western civilization, needs weren't met when we were infants. You know, we lived in a society and a time and a place where children weren't breastfed to any great degree. Probably the past 3 generations or so. Mothers started going to work, so needs weren't met for young children, and they still aren't to any great degree. But I feel there's an evolution going on. So where most of us are is we place all of our value, we place all of our energy on the obtaining of things. Undot, want that, I want that, I want that. So my invitation for you here today is to parents, mothers in particular, commit to breastfeeding your children so that their psychological, not just their physical needs are met. And don't sever that tie. I invite you to commit before you have children. That way you're really grounded in that idea that I'm going to fulfill all of my child's psychological, not just nutritional needs, right? And fathers, husbands, support your woman, support your wife, the mother of your children, in a world that's constantly undot, focused, while everybody's running around with none of their needs met. Everyone's malnourished, everyone's sick, sad, depressed, and tired, but yet they drive fancy cars.
Elliot's sick. What?